and that consequently this country is at war with Germany.
In 1939, World War II began for Canada when, for the one and only time in history, the country independently declared war on Germany. The call for the large-scale production of munitions for the Allied forces reopened an old munitions plant from the First World War in the small town of Nobel, Ontario. Under the newly founded Defence Industries Limited, the plant turned Nobel into a booming town. They employed many workers, the majority being women as most men had left to join the war effort, and even some veterans from the previous World War to act as security guards. The plant reportedly employed up to 7,000 people at a later date in the war, an interesting number as the nearby town of Parry Sound only had a population of less than 6,000 in the 1941 census. The main product of the plant, later known as the CIL Nobel Works, was cordite, a smokeless propellant somewhat like gunpowder that they manufactured in large batches, mostly for use by warships such as the HMS Hood. Workers would use wooden shovels to avoid sparks from the explosive materials, and a workplace accident due to improper transportation reportedly killed 5 people. In 1946, the World War ended with the surrender of Japan. On that day of celebration, excess cordite stored in the nearby depot harbor alighted, exploding in a flash reportedly bright enough you could read a newspaper by its light in Parry Sound, just days after the destruction in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. With heavy losses on both sides, the war had ended. Years later, the Nobel plant was closed, and after sold to Avro Industries, which they developed for the testing of military aircraft. With the Cold War approaching, Canada began to design supersonic aircraft to counter the nuclear threat of bombers. The site was used to test the famous Avro Aero aircraft as one such interceptor. After many years, the project was cancelled and the place lies abandoned to this very day. A lingering reminder of the legacy of the Nobel plant on the war and the surrounding area.